right at it.
Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem was of what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speed up. It got colder than a bitter bitch, found me a way to heat up. What's a favor for a favor if we all didn't make it? Kept it 100 with everybody, but they just gon' change. I ain't get caught up in the hype, cause I ain't feel like I made it. Couldn't picture me here now, but here's your moment to frame it. And I ain't never understand that self-entitlement spirit. I felt your vibe, I don't wanna get near it. Before I made the appearance, I took a second, took a look in the mirror. This God, Lord, the only thing that I fear. Y'all got me fucked up. It's all passion, it's tradition, it ain't fashion. It's no action, they make threats and it's still passing. I think massive, no respond, that's still tact. Y'all should quit rapping. Cheap shots, I'm cinematic. I ain't average, I'm an overthrow fanatic. How I go, you lose and win like asthmatics. I got first, that's automatic. I'm the best in my division. In the ghetto like the pigeons, in the hood like the engine. You a bird for that chicken. I don't fake split the scissors, cause my mind made up, nigga. We in the end of time, but my time ain't up. Now when I was young and running wild and wide-eyed like a cabbage patch, I had to get it as vivid, adapted to my habitat. It's certain shit I won't do, certain shit you can't prove. My shit sound like a payday, yours like more when the rent. If I had $1 for every dime you counted, I would be broke. Watch it be close, got a better chance boxing the ghost. And they know I'm raw, and they know the squad, and I'm feeling lost, still in charge. I don't make it follow, I follow the law. Standing tall like they hear on Mars. I just got a call from my bro, he behind the wall, he told me let it off. Niggas lying for some cat, I got a different line in me. Everybody intimidated, I got that God in me. You can focus on them dimes, I'd rather keep my nine with me. Help me get this off the ground, just know you won't fly with me now.
I try to make the news, I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' be the deal. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home yeah. Truth, I ain't never had to choose.
I'm trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up, man, y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gon' pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
All right. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Ailatan Ba'ashem Yahushai to all the sisters. You know what I'm saying? This is the ISUPK, started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahana. Since 1969, we've been bringing out the truth about the Bible. The so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you know what I'm saying, are the descendants of the children of Israel that you read about in the Bible, the chosen people of God. All right. So, all right, today is the Feast of Dedication. This is a feast that the children of Israel observe, you know what I'm saying, to commemorate what happened with our brothers, you know what I'm saying, Mattathias and our mighty brothers in the Maccabees. All right, so We're going to read some history. All right, this is some black history we're going to read about in the Apocrypha. All right, so Isaiah, I want you to read from First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1. Okay, so from the beginning of First Maccabees. Go ahead. Speaking to the mic. Yeah, right there.
And
go ahead. Read. Yes, sir.
And it happened after that
Nice and loud.
And it happened after that Alexander, a son of Philip,
the Macedonian,
the Macedonian.
Okay, so and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian. All right, so this is an Edomite, Edomite king. All right, this Edomite Alexander became king, the first over Greece. So we're gonna read on. All right, I'm gonna carry on from here. All right, who came out of the land of Shittim, who had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. All right, so Alexander came along and defeated, he smit Darius, the king of the Persians and the Medes, and took over, right? And he became the first king over Greece. All right, the same way every oppressor, goes and does. He comes along, unalives the current king and takes over. Right? And then he becomes a king, names it something else, and and it goes from there. And apparently history starts from that point, right? We're gonna read on. Matter of fact, the young man in the back, right, Julian, could you take over reading for this brother here? What? We in First Maccabees 1 and verse 2. All right, also shalom to everybody watching online. We got the Samana, Kayala, sign Christ, tells now what I. All right, shalom on Christ. Go ahead.
First Maccabees 1 verse 2. And made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth.
And this man, this Greek, this oppressor went around and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth. The same way the oppressor today, the so-called Europeans, the British, went and colonized damn near every country on the earth. You know what I'm saying? He made many wars and won many strongholds. He won different places, and all these places became British colonies. The same thing in this story, where all these strongholds became property or owned by the Greeks. All right, read on.
Verse 3. And went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, insomuch.
Go ahead. And went through to the ends of the earth. This man traveled to take land, traveled to take ground. The same way, again, this devil today, he travels to the end of the earth. He'll go to Australia and invade Australia. He'll go over to the Americas, invade there. He'll go to the Caribbean and take it over. All right, that's the devil, the same devil that we're speaking about now. All right, read on.
Insomuch that the earth was quiet before him.
Insomuch that the earth was quiet before this oppressor. All right, the earth was quiet before this devil that will, today this devil will just drop a bomb on your country. All right, silence you real quick. This oppressor will invade, the whole earth and take over, and no nation is strong enough or, courageous enough to stand against him, because that oppressor is, is the master of violence. When it comes to violence, that devil is, he is outstanding. I can't lie. When it comes to violence and just unaliving masses of people, when it comes to committing genocide and just taking land for yourself, that devil is unmatched. All right, read on.
Whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up.
Whereupon he was exalted. The earth was quiet in fear of this Alexander, and he was exalted. His heart was lifted up. He became boasty the same way you look at President Trump today. His heart is lifted up because he feels as though he can go around and bully any nation, and no nation can stand against great America. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Alexander the Macedonian. All right, go ahead.
And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him.
And all these nations and kings that used to have, countries of their own and be rulers of their own place, now you're all playing tributary to the white man. You're all playing tributary to Alexander, right? Even today, you look at today, this oppressor put sanctions on every country. You have to pay, you know, if you want to operate as a nation, you have to pay him some money. You know what I'm saying? You became tributary to Alexander, right? Tributary to the oppressor. All right, read on.
Verse 5. And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he would die.
We'd have to bring the camera back. You could probably tilt it up a little bit, if you could. That's to so I read that part again.
And after these he fell sick and perceived that he would die.
And after these things, so after he went around and conquered the entire earth and made all nations subject unto him and pay him tax and become tributaries to make his kingdom richer and fatter, after those things, you know, while he's on the top of the earth, while he thinks he's, you know, say again, sir. Okay. While he thinks, you know, he's the greatest thing on the earth and the mightiest thing on the earth, he fell sick. You know what I'm saying? That's all it takes. All it takes is one flu, and you think you're on top of the world. You think you're untouchable, but the Most High will hit you with a flu or something and take you out. All right, hold on. Let me situate these candles real quick. Hold on. Let's see. All right, carry on.
Verse 6. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and he had been brought up with him from his youth.
So he called his servants, you know, those servants that he trusted, that were honorable, that have been with him from his youth. Go ahead.
And parted his kingdom among them. And
he divided his kingdom. So that great kingdom which he went around and, you know, invaded every country, and they all became damn near part of Greece and tributaries to Greece. He split that kingdom amongst his, you know, trusted and honorable servants. Go ahead.
While he was yet alive.
While he was yet alive. All right, so while he was alive, he chose who would precede him. Okay, go ahead.
So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died.
That devil reigned 12 years, being the devil, and then died and passed away. And his reign of terror was put to an end to be passed on to another devil to pick up the torch. Go ahead.
And his servants bear rule, everyone in his place.
And his servants bear rule, each one in his place at night. These candles do not want to stay right. I imagine. Tell the candles, I imagine. That's lucky, yo. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
And after his death, you know, as he instructed, they all put crowns upon themselves and they ruled in his stead. Ain't gonna be no bum with this candle left if it don't behave. The candle gonna be done. All right, shit. Go ahead.
So did their sons after them many years.
And their sons, you know, the sons of these servants that what's his name? Alexander chose. The sons of these servants ran whenever they died, from passed on from generation to generation. The same way today, you know, you'll have, you know, this prime minister and that prime minister and this president and that president. It's passed down, but it's the same old devil, and nothing is going to change. You think that, you know, having Keir Starmer in rulership is going to change something for black people? It's the same old devil that's in rulership, the same as Boris Johnson, the same as David Cameron. Nothing will change for black people. Whether you have, you know, Donald Trump or what was that other fool, that other old fool, Joe Biden. Whether it's Donald Trump or Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or whatever. Whatever heathen they want to put in rulership, nothing will change for black people. Read on.
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
And evils were multiplied in the earth, man. Evils will multiply when this oppressor rules. When the so-called white man rules this earth, evils multiply. I mean, just look at the earth today. Look at the evils that are multiplying. You know, the LGBT is spreading everywhere in this earth. Evils are multiplying, man. Evils are absolutely multiplying. People are stealing from one another. You know what I'm saying? All the things that even black people learned from the oppressor, from the things that he did to us. We now sell drugs to one another because this devil you know, he sells drugs. He had the mafia and the mobs, and you know, he had all types of organized crime. And then we learned from him because he's in rulership. He is the power. And if you want to get some power, then what do? You operate like the person who's in power, right? So evils multiplied in the earth. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes.
And out of these, you know, from generation passing it down, it says there came a wicked root, even wickeder than Alexander himself. There came out an even wickeder man, and his name was Antiochus. All right, go ahead.
Son of Antiochus the king, who had been a hostage at Rome.
So Antiochus Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king. So he had the same name of his father. All right, he'd been hostage at Rome. Go ahead.
And he reigned in the 130th and 7th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
So in the 137th year of the Greeks, of the kingdom of the Greeks, you know what I'm saying? This is when this King Antiochus reigned. Go ahead.
In those days went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
And in those days, there came out of Israel, there came out of, you know, God's chosen people, there came out of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, wicked men that did what?
And make a covenant.
Hold on, read that part again from the...
And in those days went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying...
Who persuaded many, right? They persuaded many. And what did they persuade many to do?
Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
They said, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen. These are wicked men who persuaded many of the children of Israel to make a covenant with the heathen, to make a covenant with wicked rulers. And that's the same, you know, that's the same as like who's trying to get you to side with the oppressor? Who was some let me try to think of an example. I mean, you know, down there, every black politician, you got David Lammy and Diane Abbott. Like, you think, you know, they're black people and they're for us. But when you look at what it is they've done and what it is they've, you know, contributed to black people, they've really contributed nothing. They just want to join with the oppressor. They just want to join with the slave master and have, you know, some piece of the pie. Like, they want to get, you know, prime minister so they can be set up as a taskmaster over black people. But they want to join the oppressor. And they'll convince many to do so. You know, you need to join the system. You need to join the system and beat it from the inside out. That's the things that they'll tell you. Listen, joining the oppressor and being part of his parliament or whatever it is you want to do is not going to fix the condition of black people. It's not going to free black people from oppression. We done?
And make a covenant with the heathen that's all round about us.
And they said, let us make a covenant with the heathen. Let's make an agreement with these other nations that are round about us. We done?
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
But since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. Since we were not, you know, joined up under these heathen nations like a lapdog, we've had much sorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like an example of when we were getting freed out of Egypt, you had Israelites moaning and complaining that they couldn't eat cucumber no more. I mean, pause. Why for that? You want to stay in Egypt so you can have a cucumber. You want to stay in Egypt so you can have melon and leek and different herbs and spices. You would rather stay in slavery so you can have your Old Bay seasoning. So you can have Ray and Nephew. You'd rather stay in slavery and oppression so you can have the delicacies that this oppressor enjoys. So you can have you'd stay in oppression so you can have a BMW. Like, you stay in oppression so you can have and play the PS5. That's the same thing. But since we departed from them, we've had much sorrow. All right. But the Most High commanded the children of Israel to be separate. No matter what sorrow that entails, and you can't have you might not be able to have the luxuries that the oppressor has, but at the very least, you have your integrity. Your integrity is worth more than a PS5. It's worth more than a cucumber or a melon or leeks and onions. It's worth more than these things. All right, read on.
Verse 12. So this device pleased them well.
And this device pleased them well. This idea to make a covenant with the heathen, it pleased them well. They said, yeah, let's make a covenant with the heathen. Shalom, sister Lord in Christ. So that, maybe our lives will be a little bit easier while we're, in oppression, while we're under the Greeks. All right, read on.
Verse 13. Then certain of the people were so forward herein.
Certain Israelites were so forward herein, so excited to make a covenant and an agreement with the heathens that they did what? Go ahead.
Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
They went right to the king. Forget about signing a petition and that's damn near the equivalent, right? But forget about protesting or trying to, speak to like a mayor or something. They went right to Kestama and said, we want to join you. We want to make an agreement with you. And what was the last part it said? It said the king who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. That king gave them license and said, yes, we'll make an agreement. Just make sure you put that Christmas tree up in your house on the 25th of December. They made an agreement and said, make sure, you celebrate Easter and make sure you do all these ordinances that we do. If you want to be part of us, if you want to be part of British, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. That's what they said. Read on.
Verse 14, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen.
And they built a place of exercise. They built a gymnasium. A gymnasium where all those Greeks used to exercise, stark naked, because that is the custom of the heathen. Sexual deviancy. They used to exercise and be all types of men in there just sweaty and exercising according to the customs of the heathen. They built a gymnasium, them filthy gymnasiums in Jerusalem. Read on.
And made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant.
And they made themselves uncircumcised. They stopped circumcising our brothers, man. They stopped circumcising their children on the 8th day and became flat out, Hellenist Jews. Jews that just kept the customs of the heathens. Read on.
And forsook the holy covenant.
And they forsook the holy covenant. They said, to hell with the law, statutes, and commandments. I want a Christmas turkey. I want a Christmas ham or whatever it is y'all eat at Christmas. I don't know. I'm not sure. Whatever. They want a Christmas cracker and to sing Christmas carols and to do all the traditions of the heathen. They want to go around with a mistletoe and be a predator. That's some predator-ish. You telling me if you put up a mistletoe, the person underneath it has to kiss you? I mean, good night. Right. That is funky. That's that, Salakia. But these are the customs of the heathen that you forsake the Lord's covenant with. That you forsake high holy days like the Passover and the Feast of Dedication like we're celebrating today. You forsake that to partake in the customs of the heathen. You forsake that to go celebrate a birthday or go celebrate Easter and paint some eggs or whatever the hell it is y'all do with Easter. Go just eat an abundance of chocolate. We done?
And joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief.
And they were sold to do mischief, just like the heathens are sold to do mischief. And then they turn around, and complain or say that black people are violent, or black people are rebels, or we don't, follow the rules. We're just following after what we learned from our slave master. That's what we're doing. We're sold to mischief because we have agreed alongside that Christian pastor that is of his father, the devil, to just partake in the customs of the heathen. All right, read on.
Verse 16. Now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion over the two realms.
And this man, he had Greece and he had all those countries that Greece conquered, and he thought, hey man, I want Egypt too. I want Egypt too, and let's just make our kingdom bigger. Again, it's the same thing your oppressor does today. He goes around and colonizes every single country on the face of this earth. Read on.
Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen, and a great navy.
And a great navy.
The great navy.
This man had chariots and elephants and horsemen. This man had, this man had a great army that he went and invaded Egypt. In fact, how about it, do me a favor, right? Do me a favor, how about it? Tilt this camera or move the camera over this way a little bit. Move it this way. Keep going. Hold on, that's too much. That's too hard. All right, too hard. All right, so this man went into Egypt with horsemen and chariots and elephants and a great navy with ships and fleets and ships. Read on.
Verse 18. And made war against Ptolemy, king of Egypt.
And he made war against the current king of Egypt at that time. Go ahead.
But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled. And many were wounded to death.
But that king was afraid, like every other king was afraid, and fled. And many Egyptians were wounded to death. Read on.
Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt.
And thus they took over Egypt. And Egypt became a part of Greece. Go ahead.
And he took the spoils thereof. And after that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt. He returned again into the 140th and third year.
So he went, invaded Egypt, won the war, and now Egypt became a part of them. They got it as a stronghold. They took the spoils of Egypt, right? They took the spoils and the artifacts and the expensive things, the gold, the this, the that. You know what I'm saying? And all you have to do to see who is that same devil today is go into a British museum or any museum in America and see what it's filled up with. It's filled with the spoils of all the countries that they went in, invaded, and took their spoils, took their artifacts, took this and took that. Read on.
And went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude.
This man, after he destroyed Egypt, after he took over Egypt, he said, hey man, okay, we got Egypt. Let's go ahead and invade Israel. Let's get Jerusalem too. I know we all know the stories about how the Most High slaughtered the Egyptians to free the children of Israel. We know those stories because every nation knew that story. Every nation on the face of the earth knew about that. They knew about the Most High's might, but they just destroyed Egypt. We went to war with Egypt, and the Egyptian king fled. Man. I mean, the Egyptian king at the time of the Exodus was at least, he didn't even flee against the Most High. Like he tried to get the children of Israel back. It didn't work out for him, but he at least had some, he had some aggression. This king Ptolemy just fled and took tail and let his colors fly. And so this devil Antiochus is feeling a little braggadocious now. He's feeling, okay, shoot, I made the Egyptian king flee. He didn't even flee when the Most High was against him and had set plagues. I must be more powerful than the Most High. I must be stronger than him. So he said, hey man, let's see what we can do with these Israelites. Let's get these Israelites under our rule too. I mean, they're already celebrating our customs and doing that, but let's just invade Jerusalem. I want Jerusalem to be part of Greece. Read on.
Khan. Verse 21, and entered proudly into the sanctuary and took away the golden altar and candlestick.
So they went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude, the same way they did on Egypt. They just came with their army, you know what I'm saying, and they entered proudly into the sanctuary. They walked right in because the children of Israel couldn't stand against them. Why? Because the Most High was not with them. The Most High was not with them because you made a covenant with the devil to celebrate his customs, and you forsook the covenant of the Most High. You forsook the law, statutes, and commandments. So that man, when he decided he wants to invade your country, even though you made an agreement with him, he just walks right into your sanctuary. Just walks right in to a place that you have dedicated to be holy. I mean, at this point, when you're celebrating the heathen customs, ain't nothing holy about it, but he just walks right into something that has so much historical value and cultural value. He walks right in. Go ahead.
And took away the golden altar.
And took your spoils too. He took away the golden altar. Read on.
And the candlestick of light.
He took away the candlestick of light. Like we would have in our sanctuary, like you see this menorah right here, this menorah. We had a giant candlestick, a giant menorah made of solid gold. And he went in there and saw that candlestick and said, boy, that's a nice piece of gold right there. I'll take it. Go ahead.
And all the vessels thereof.
And all the vessels, all those fancy vessels, like you see, like you have like goblets and different vessels. A vessel is a cup or like a plate or anything that holds something. All those artifacts we had, all those nice, you know what I'm saying, you know, things of gold and things of value that we had, he went and took them, and they probably ended up either in, you know, King Antiochus's, you know, treasury chamber or in some Greek museum somewhere. Read on.
Verse 22. And the table of the showbread.
They took the table. They took everything. They stripped the sanctuary clean. They took the candlestick, vessels, the table, the altar, everything. Read on.
And the pouring vessels.
Go ahead.
And the vials. And the censers of gold. And the vial and the crowns and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off.
He pulled off everything of this temple. Everything of value, even the damn table. Even the table. There was nothing left. He stripped the altar bare and took everything, because that's what the oppressor does. He goes and takes. That's all he knows. All he knows is taking. Read on.
Verse 23. He took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels.
Yep.
Also, he took the hidden treasures which he found.
And don't think he just took the things that were obvious. He went in there, rummaged and ransacked and looked for the hidden things. The hidden things, the treasures that were tucked behind this place and tucked behind this place in the secret passage for this. He went in and searched out, you know, the entire sanctuary and stripped it clean, rubbed it clean. But they complain about, they say that we're the thieves and we're the criminals. This man went in every country, even in Egypt, in Israel, in every single country, and stripped them bare, stole everything. The oppressor is the biggest thief on the face of this earth. Read on.
Verse 24. And when he had taken all away, he went to his own land, having made a great massacre.
Having made a great massacre. So you would have had, you know what I'm saying, people that would try to fight back or try not to have the sanctuary just, you know, invaded and stolen. You had people that tried to fight. He made a massacre. He committed genocide. The same way, if you have, you know, if you try and protest against him today, he'll shoot you with rubber bullets. You know what I'm saying? He'll commit a massacre. You know what I'm saying? He'll do all manner of things, and he'll beat you all upside your head, because who are you to stand up against the white man? Who are you to stand up against him when he is just in the mood to take everything? Read on.
Having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly.
And he spoke very proudly. He spoke very proudly of his exploits, how he went, just invaded Egypt, went and took everything he wanted out of Egypt. He went and invaded Israel and, you know, just took everything. And there was nobody who could stand against it. Go ahead.
Therefore, there was great mourning in Israel, in every place where they were.
And therefore, there was great mourning in Israel and in every place where they were. But I don't know why y'all are crying. I thought y'all wanted to make an agreement. I thought y'all wanted to make a covenant with the, hold on. I'm tripping. Hold on. I had to change something. I called it Feast of Tabernacles. This is the Feast of Dedication. All right, the water to Radalia Island. Let me change this real quick. Salakia, y'all. All right, read on.
Verse 26. So that the princes and the elders mourned. The virgins and the young men were made feeble. And the beauty of women was changed.
So the entire, kingdom of Israel was mourning. This devil just waltzed into something that was precious to us. Even if we chose to go and celebrate the customs of the heathen, the sanctuary was something that belongs to the children of Israel. It was something that we still hold as value. That devil just waltzed in, unalived anybody who stood in his way, and took everything. Took absolutely everything. Go ahead.
Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that stayed in the marriage chamber was in heaviness.
She that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The whole nation of Israel was in mourning because of what this devil did. You know what I'm saying? The princes and the elders mourned. The young women, it says the virgins and the young men were made feeble. We were broken as a nation. This man could just walk in and take anything at any time he wanted to. The beauty of women would change, man. These women were so depressed that, you know what I'm saying, we know our sisters look good. You know, our sisters, the most beautiful sisters on the face of this earth. But because of what happened, their beauty was changed, man. They had no, you know, you can't smile and have a happy face and have a beautified face. You ain't worried about, you know what I'm saying, fixing your hair and making sure you look good, making sure your jewelry right, making sure your outfit good. This man just waltzed in and stripped his sanctuary bare. Even the beauty of our sisters was changed. Read on.
The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof.
And it says the land was moved for the inhabitants thereof. Man, even the land mourned for the children of Israel that suffered that great thing. Like we wouldn't, you know, when something like that happens, you ain't even taking care of the land no more. All hope is lost at that point. And this oppressor who is ruling the whole earth can just walk in, kill anybody who stands in his way and take everything. What hope is there? What hope is there? Read on.
And all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion.
All the house of Jacob, the house of Israel, was covered with confusion, man. We're confused and wondering why this happened to us. Read on.
Verse 29. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude.
And just like all those other nations and kings and kingdoms that became tributaries to Greek, Israel became a tributary to King Antiochus. And when he came to collect his tribute, to collect his tax money, he came with a great multitude. Go ahead.
And spake peaceable words unto them. But all was deceit.
And he came for his money, speaking peaceable words, like, you know what I'm saying, you know, how y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, the time of tax has come. You know, we've just come to collect. We speak peaceable words, but all was deceit. Everything was a lie. Like this devil will come to you nice and speak. You know, we just want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, we can make sure y'all have good community centers, and, you know, we'll collect your tax money, but it's so we can fix the roads, and so we can build schools, and so we can do this and do that. But everything was a damn lie. Go ahead.
For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city.
And when they let him in, okay, you're here to collect the tax, whatever, we're tributaries, we were conquered. We'll give you your tax money, come in. You know what I'm saying? We got it right here. When he was let in, he fell on the city and smote it very sore. He just went in to unalive people. Like this man, not only is it enough to have us be a tributary to him, that's not enough for this devil. This devil just waltzed in under the pretense of collecting tribute, collecting taxes, just waltzed in and started just massacring people. Just started taking the lives of brothers and sisters, just walking in the street, going about their day. Go ahead.
And smote it very sore.
Go ahead.
And destroyed much people of Israel.
And he unalived many people of Israel, man. Go ahead.
And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire.
And when he had went in there, unalived, whoever he went to unalive, ransacked the city, he took the spoils, he then set it on fire, which is another you know, calling card of the oppressor. Like he will go in, you know what I'm saying, unalive everybody in the city, steal what he wants to steal, and then burn the city down. There are many, you know, black cities all over the world, you know, in Americas, in the Caribbean, wherever it is that we build something great that have now been reduced to ash and rubble because this devil just wanted to go in, unalive, you know, go on a killing spree and unalive whoever he wants to unalive and burn the city down. It's like you was gonna say something to that one. Pass the mic back. Pass the mic back.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Black Wall Street.
Yeah, Black Wall Street.
You got Lake Lanier. There is a black city that is underneath a lake right now. It's underneath a lake. They'll either ban it with fire, bomb it, or drown the whole city.
Right.
Good night. Any more you want to say?
Can't remember the next place.
Okay, you too well. All right, get the mic back. All right, we done?
And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire and pulled down the houses and the walls thereof on every side
And he didn't just go in and steal, or he didn't just go in to take his tax money. He didn't just go in to kill and steal. He went in, killed and stole and burned the city down, broke the walls down, demolished the houses. He caused utter devastation because it is not enough to satisfy his lust for violence. Like, this man has an insatiable lust for violence. Go ahead.
Verse 32. But the women and children took their captive and possessed the cattle.
And they took our women and our children captive. They took our women and children to be servants. Go ahead. And the animals too. They took absolutely everything. He slaughtered the men, took the women and the children to be slaves, took the cattle, took the gold, took the spoils, and just broke the whole city down. Destroyed everything. Go ahead.
Then builded they the city of David with a great and strong wall.
Then they built the wall, like Donald Trump was talking about a couple years ago. They built a wall around the city of David. Go ahead.
The city of David with a great and strong wall, and with mighty towers, and made it a stronghold for them.
And they made the city of David a stronghold for the Greeks. They went in, you know what I'm saying, kicked, destroyed and unalived and slaughtered all the natives to the city of David. And then they built a wall. Who does that remind you of today? Reminds you of the devil, Donald Trump and whoever, all the Americans that went over to the Americas, slaughtered the natives to the land, took it over, and now they want to talk about building a wall to make sure those illegal immigrants don't come over here to our country. This is ours now. Read.
And they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein.
And they put therein a sinful nation, wicked men, and fortified themselves therein. They went and inhabited it themselves, a sinful nation. Read on.
They stored it also with the armor and the victuals. And when they had gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up there so that they became a sore snare.
So they stored it with armor and victuals. They put all their nice trophies, right in the city of David. And when they gathered together the spoils of Jerusalem, they laid them up. They became a sore snare, so that anybody who would try and revolt and rebel and get those, things back, get those spoils of Israel back, they would be unalived right there in the stronghold. Go ahead.
For it was a place to lie in wait against the sanctuary, and an evil adversary to Israel.
It became an evil adversary to Israel, man. Many Israelites were unalived because they were trying to get their spoils back. They're trying to get back the things of the sanctuary, the candlestick, the censers, the this, the that. You know what I'm saying? It became a trap for us. Like you just lie everything in wait like a big vault. All the things that you stole, and you're just waiting for somebody to come and take it. Just waiting for somebody to try and infiltrate so you can slaughter them and have a good old time. Because again, this man's lust for violence is insatiable. Like he'll put it right in your face, just waiting for you to steal it, so he can twist your arm up and throw you in the back of a van and put you in prison for the rest of your life. Read.
Verse 37. Thus they shed innocent blood on every side of the sanctuary and defiled it.
And on every side of the sanctuary, they shed innocent blood and they defiled the sanctuary. Read on.
Insomuch that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them.
And they did so, it was so rough what they did to the city that the inhabitants of Jerusalem just fled. They just left. They just abandoned Jerusalem because it's over. It's done. It belongs to them now. Read.
Whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers.
And the whole city was made an habitation of strangers. It just belongs to the Edomites now. It belonged to these other nations they let dwell in there. Read.
And became strange to those that were born in her.
And became completely different to those that were born in her. It became a completely different country to the natives of the city of David and Jerusalem. Like you look at America today, it's completely different. It's a completely different country to what it looked like when the Native Americans, lived in there. You look at everything, you look at Australia or South Africa and all these places, the oppressor goes and just takes the country. It looks completely different. It's unrecognizable to those that were born in that land. Read on.
And her own children left her.
Uh-huh.
Verse 39. Her sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness. Her feasts were turned into mourning.
Go ahead.
Her Sabbaths into reproach. Her honor into contempt.
The sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness. It looked like you know, some old destroyed castle that you stumble upon that just in the woods or in the wilderness. It looked like rubble. Like it looked like there wasn't even a building there to begin with. And the feasts were turned to mourning. Like imagine we're having a feast to celebrate and you know, celebrate our victory over the Egyptians, or celebrate, you know, our victory over that wicked what was his name? What was that devil that tried to kill Mattathias? Not Mattathias, Mordecai. It began with a H. I forget that devil. But imagine you celebrating the victory over this and victory over that. But you can't celebrate your victory when your sanctuary is reduced to rubble. Your feasts are turned to mourning. It says your Sabbaths into reproach. And you keeping the Sabbath to the Lord now, you know, but there's nowhere to even keep the Sabbath. Your Sabbaths become a reproach, because what do we even have to do a Sabbath service with? All our victuals was taken, our sanctuary was destroyed. Even if we wanted to keep the Sabbath, we don't have the things that we even would keep the Sabbath with. Go ahead.
Verse 40. And has been her glory, so was her dishonor increased.
As had been her glory, the same way the children of Israel was glorious. It was glorious, and we had glory and honor and integrity. We had respect. That the same way we had a level of respect, that now became how dishonorable we became. Our dishonor increased. Go ahead.
And her excellence was turned into mourning.
And our excellency was turned into mourning. Go ahead.
Verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people.
And after he goes around, conquers every land, makes a decree and said, we're all going to be one people. It's going to be a melting pot of nations, and I'm going to rule. Don't get it twisted. I'm ruling, but we're all going to be one people. Go ahead.
And everyone should leave his laws.
And everybody should leave their laws, their traditions, their customs, and just follow what I say. You're all going to be one people. You're all, you know, my tributary countries anyway. You belong to me. So just do what I do. Forget your history, forget your culture and traditions, and do what I do. Make sure there's a tree in your house on the 25th of December because I said so. Read.
And everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandments of the king.
And all those heathen nations agreed. And they said, all right, you got it, King Antiochus. You got it. We'll forget everything we know and we learn, and we'll do what you say. We'll do your customs. We'll become as Greeks. We'll become as one people. The same way, I'm saying, you have all types of people come to Britain, and all of a sudden, I don't remember reading about Christmas in the Quran or whatever, but you have Muslims now celebrating Christmas. You have all types of different countries, Buddhists, and they come, you know, Chinese or whatever. You think they should believe in Buddha and do all that, but they come over to Great Britain, they come over to the America, and now they celebrate Thanksgiving. Now they celebrate Christmas. Now they do all the things that the oppressor does. Go ahead.
Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Many of the Israelites also consented to his religion, consented to his way of doing things. Go ahead.
And sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
And we sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. We made the Sabbath worth nothing. You know what I'm saying? We profaned and cussed out the Sabbath and said, forget holding the Sabbath, forget celebrating the Feast of Dedication. I'm gonna go ahead and do Christmas. Christmas is fun now. I'm gonna go ahead. We used to be forced, and it was a decree where we had to do it. Now we go ahead and do it by choice. Go ahead.
Verse 44. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
Because the king said, you know what I'm saying, y'all all have to follow whatever I follow. Now we follow the strange laws of the land. Those laws were strange to us. Like it's strange that we can't call an LGBTQ member out his name. It's strange that we couldn't put him 6 feet under. Now we have to accept it. Now we have to who was it that said, I think it was Obama in America that said that everyone should have the child should have a gay best friend or a gay mentor. Now we have to accept all these things that they're pushing on us. We have to accept it and just become part of their kingdom. Go ahead.
And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days.
And they forbid burnt offerings, they forbid sacrifice. Not only do you have to keep his laws, you have to forget your own. They outlawed it for you to do a burnt offering. They outlawed it for you to keep the Sabbath. They profaned it for you to keep a high holy day. That's why today you look right in the face of your oppressor and say, I'm not celebrating Christmas. I'm celebrating the feast of dedication. I'm a holding the feast of dedication because you can't tell me that I can't serve my God anymore. You can't tell me that I can't do my customs anymore. You know what I'm saying? You should be proud to be right here in these seats and serving your God. Serving your God instead of serving the white man, instead of serving your slave master and do whatever he wants you to do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are claiming that you're free, but you're still serving whatever the oppressor tells you to. You're still doing whatever the oppressor wants you to do. That don't sound free to me. That doesn't sound like a free people to me. We here in the ISUPK that sat in these seats, that are serving, the customs and the traditions of our forefathers. This is what freedom looks like. We are free men up in here. And sisters. Don't forget these sisters here. I'll get cussed out. I'll get taken to counsel for forgetting these sisters. Go ahead.
Verse 46, and pollute the sanctuary and the holy people.
And they polluted the sanctuary and the holy people. Go ahead.
Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts.
And right up, right in the land, in the city of David, the capital of Jerusalem, right? They set up altars for white Jesus. They set up altars for all them Greek gods. They set up an altar for, what's a Greek god? Zeus and Poseidon and all them Greek gods. They set up altars and groves and chapels unto idols. Go ahead.
That they should also leave their children uncircumcised.
And they also sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, all manner of unclean animals. All right. And that they commanded basically that the children of Israel would leave their children uncircumcised. So we was already down there doing this, those wicked men that made that covenant with the heathen and made themselves uncircumcised. But now everybody, they ain't nobody that can keep the law, statutes, and commandments of God. There ain't none of us that can stand up and be, and keep our own customs. They said that we ain't allowing nobody to have no integrity. Nobody is going to be circumcised. It's outlawed. It's against the law to be a Jew. All right, go ahead.
And make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness, and profanation.
And they made our souls abominable. They made it basically unlawful to be clean. They made an unlawful thing to serve God. Go ahead.
Verse 49, to the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die.
And they did all these things to the end that we might forget the law. The same thing they do today. They gave you Christmas, and anytime you don't want to celebrate Christmas, well, why are you not celebrating Christmas? Why do you have to ask me why I'm not celebrating Christmas? If some Muslim came and said, well, I'm not celebrating Christmas, you don't understand it. You said, okay, well, they got their own customs, they got their, they got their thing going on. I got you. But a black man, if you say you're not celebrating Christmas, or not celebrating Valentine's Day, or not celebrating Easter and all that pagan holidays, you ain't celebrating Halloween, you looked at crazy. You looked at absolutely crazy because they did all these things to the end that you forget your law. You become just like them. You become just like them just pagan and evil and wicked. Go ahead.
Verse 51. In the self same manner, wrote to his whole kingdom and appointed overseers over all the people, commanding the cities of Judah to sacrifice city by city.
And they commanded the you know what I'm saying, the city of Judah to sacrifice unto these idols, man, city by city. They went through and made sure that every city committed idolatry, that every city, you know what I'm saying, committed a sin in the eyes, in the sight of their God. Go ahead.
Then many of the people were gathered unto them, to wit, every one of them forsook the law, and so they committed evils in the land.
And many people gathered to watch and see, and make sure that they doing this wickedness we making them do. Make sure they do it. Make sure they celebrate that Christmas with the good old Christmas joy. We're watching y'all. Make sure you have the biggest present underneath the Christmas tree. Make sure you go all out for these pagan holidays. We're watching you to make sure you do it. And then once they do it, they said what? They committed evils in the land. All right, we got y'all. Y'all are trapped. Y'all are done. Because they know, and all these heathen nations know, that when we forsake our law, the Most High removes his protection from us. And they can just do whatever. Once we're doing what they want us to do, they have no fear of retribution. They have no fear of what happened to the king of Egypt. They have no fear of these things because the Most High isn't with us when we lose our integrity and do what the heathens tell us to do, and serve what the heathens serve. And we learn the ways of the heathen. Go ahead.
And drove the Israelites into secret places, even wheresoever they could flee from secure.
And those few Israelites that had some integrity and were trying to escape, all the things they're trying to push on us, trying to push these pagan holidays, trying to push LGBT, trying to push this, trying to push drugs, literally pumping drugs into our neighborhoods and push all these things. You have Israelites that are trying to flee, trying to not be turned into a devil, trying to not be turned like a heathen, trying to be separate, trying to set themselves apart. They fled to wherever they could find some hole in the ground somewhere to hide so they could be safe from this oppression. Read.
Verse 54. Now the 15th day of the month Caslu, in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of the desolation upon the altar and builded idol altars throughout the city of Judah on every side.
Now again, this ain't just one time they did these things. This is over years and years and years. They're pumping more and more and more of their heathen ideology, their heathen idols, their heathen altars, their this, their that. They're pushing more on the children, on the land of Israel. Like you think, good night. Have you not done enough? Like we've been reading about the same thing for about 40 verses. Read on.
And burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law, which they found, they burnt them with fire.
And they went around, it's like they do a sweep, like every year. Do a sweep, and they find, is there anybody trying to do what's written in that law? Is anybody trying to do, trying to keep those high holidays? What y'all doing on what y'all doing on the 15th month of this, on the 15th month of that? What y'all doing on the 14th day of the 4th month? What are y'all doing on that? Y'all ain't trying to celebrate the Passover, are you? Nah. Paint those eggs. Paint those eggs. N-word. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. I'm trying to just paint those eggs, Niger. Yeah, that's what they saying. Make sure them eggs are painted. Make sure your kids are eating chocolate eggs. Good night. When they found any books of the law, they tore it to pieces and burnt it with fire. When we had the scrolls and our records and our history of what we're supposed to do, and they found it, they burnt it with fire and ripped it to shreds, man. The same thing they tried to do with our Bible. But you cannot get rid of the word of the Lord. You have a question in the back? Swap reader? Okay, let me get the next reader. Let me pass it to Banyamya. Pass it back to Banyamya. Can you pass him this the Apocrypha right here too? All right, we at verse 57. All right, go ahead.
Canada one can. And whosoever was found with the book of the testament, or if any committed to the law, the king's commandment was that they should put him to death.
So they went, and if they found any books of the law, they ripped apart and burnt it with fire. And if they found anybody with that book, he was unalived. They took the book, burned it with fire, ripped it in pieces, and that man was unalived. If anybody tried to commit to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you were put to death. Read.
Thus did they by their authority unto the Israelites every month.
Every month they did. Forget every year. Every month they went around doing this. Every month they went around unaliving anybody who tried to have some integrity, who tried to keep what their fathers kept. Read.
To as many as were found in the cities.
Anybody they found in the city. Nobody got mercy. Nobody, ain't nobody getting up.
No, the 25th day of the month, they did sacrifice upon the idol altar, which was upon the altar of God.
Go ahead.
The 25th, that's the 25th, isn't it?
The 25th of the month Kaslu.
Right.
I think that is. So the ninth month, it's around like December. Yep, the 25th.
Right. Which is what they celebrate, Christmas on, man. 25th of December.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the heathen.
Verse 60. At which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had cursed their children to be circumcised.
Night. You are not getting away from this devil. If you cause your child to be circumcised, I mean they're going around just like a pervert. They go around inspecting babies' rods. They go around inspecting babies' rods, and if your child was circumcised, you're getting put to death. So is the child. Go ahead.
And they hanged the infants about their necks.
And the infant that was circumcised, that did nothing, was hanged about his neck. Now remember that when you go to sacrifice to that idol and put up your Christmas tree in your home. Right. This man raided your country and your city every month. And if you tried to do anything that served your God, he would put you to death. He hanged your infants. He hanged your babies by their neck. Remember that. Go ahead.
And rifled their houses.
Go ahead.
And slew them that had circumcised them.
And just ransacked their houses and slew anybody, slew the people that, slew the mothers, anybody, they found out who did the circumcision and slew them too. Right. Read.
Howbeit, many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing.
Howbeit, many in Israel, they seeing all this wickedness y'all doing to us. They're seeing this wickedness and said, whatever y'all trying to push on us, we are not going to eat any unclean thing. Go ahead.
Verse 63. Wherefore the rather to die.
Wherefore what?
They rather to die.
These men said, I'm not doing this no more. I ain't doing this no more. I'm not even when our people try and made a covenant with you, it's not enough. You have to ransack our city every month and hang babies by their neck and burn buildings down and ransack countries and unalive women. You have to do all these wicked things to us. We saw that this man was the devil the Bible speaks of. And they said it's better to die. We'd rather die than put some unclean thing in our mouth. We'd rather die than eat some Christmas turkey or some Christmas ham. We'd rather die. These men had some integrity. Listen, it is better to be put to death than to celebrate Christmas. That's right. That's what we should understand as the nation of Israel. That's what we should understand as Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. It is better to be put to death. It's better to die than to go put some Christmas tree up in your house and do what it is your oppressor wants you to do. Read.
That they might not be defiled with meats. and that they might not profane the holy covenant.
Go ahead.
So then they died.
And those men died. Those men died. They died in honor. They died with integrity.
Right.
It is better to die. You're going to come back. Don't worry. It's better to die with integrity than it is to live as a sellout. Read.
And there was very great wrath upon Israel.
Not that one time when we tried to have some integrity, when we tried to stand for our God, we tried to stand for our laws, they smote us. And there was great wrath in Israel. There was great wrath. Now people are saying, nah, we ain't having this no more. Those men, all they tried to do was serve what their forefathers served, and you slayed them. There's great wrath in Israel. Go ahead. Chapter 2.
First Maccabees chapter 2 verse 1. In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John.
And in those days rose a great man, rose a mighty man named Mattathias, the son of John. Go ahead.
The son of Simeon.
Son of Simeon.
A priest of the sons of Jorib.
This man was and Simon was a priest of the sons of Jorib. Go ahead.
From Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin.
Go ahead.
And he had 5 sons. Johanan, called Cadiz. Simon, called Thassi. Judas, who was called Maccabeus.
Go ahead.
Eleazar, called Avaran. And Jonathan, whose surname was Apos.
Go ahead.
And when he saw the blasphemies that were committed in Judah and Jerusalem,
when he's looking at what's going on in Jerusalem every month, he's looking at this wickedness, he's looking at the rebellion. You know what I'm saying? Just like we had slave rebellions, you know what I'm saying, when we were in slavery, and that devil slew everybody. And then next people rise up. Few generations later, somebody else rises up. And look at what is happening to the children of Israel. Looks at our condition and can't take it anymore.
Right.
In this day and earth, you know what I'm saying, the Most High raised up commanding General Yohanan, who looked at, you know what I'm saying, and the head that came before him, who looked at the conditions of black people and said, we ain't doing this no more.
That's right.
We ain't doing this pagan-ish no more. We're not doing it. We're going back to the old way. We're seeking the old path. We're seeing all those times he tried to commit genocide against us. We're seeing all those times and all those traps y'all set in place for us, how you pump crack and drugs in our neighborhoods, how you did all these things, set up abortion clinics, all these things that are to unalive black people or to arrest them and put them in slavery. Read.
He said, woe is me.
And this man who saw all these blasphemies that were committed in Judah said, woe is me. So look at what's going on, man. Woe is me. Go ahead.
Wherefore I was born to see this misery of my people.
He said, why was I even born to see my brothers and sisters in this condition? Why was I even born if the life I was going to live was to see black people be subjected to this, to what's going on? Why was I even born, man? Go ahead.
And of the holy city, and to dwell there.
And why was I born in this holy city? You know, the city of David. I was born here, you know what I'm saying, to see this, to see the sanctuary looking like a wilderness, to see the whole city looking like some just all type of Greek idols and Greek temples in there. Why the hell was I born here? Why was I born to see the condition of my people and the condition of this holy land? Read.
When it was delivered into the hand of the enemy, and the sanctuary into the hand of strangers.
When it was delivered to the hand of the enemy and the sanctuary into the hand of strangers. Go ahead.
Her temple is become as a man without glory.
Her temple is become as a man without glory. All right, go ahead.
Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity. Her infants are slain in the streets.
Infants are slain in the streets. And that's the same thing that happens to us today. The same thing happens to us today. Our infants are slain in the streets. Go ahead.
Her young men with the sword of the enemy. What nation has not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?
Right. Our young men were slain with the sword of the enemy. You know what I'm saying? The infants were slain in the streets. The same thing they say today. What do they say? Y'all didn't comply. That's why I put his knee, my knee on his neck until he was dying. He wasn't complying. That's why I stuck my fist down his throat and strangled him to death. He wasn't complying, like a good little boy. Go ahead. We done? Or where we at?
Verse 11. All her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman, she is become a bond slave.
We become slaves, man. We become slaves to this empire. The same way today we became slaves to this empire, man. But there were mighty men that rose up in that day, and there are mighty men that are raising up today, man. There are mighty men that are going to be written about in the history books when this kingdom is done with. This kingdom is through, and their kingdom is reduced to rubble, like they reduced our city to, like they reduced Jerusalem to.
And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it.
Go ahead.
To what end, therefore, shall we live any longer?
Saying, what is even the point of living if this is the condition my people are in, and this is what's happened to the holy city? Go ahead.
Then Mattathias and his sons rent their clothes and put on sackcloth and mourned very sore.
They were in mourning, man. They put on sackcloth and they mourned very sore. Go ahead.
In the meanwhile, the king's officers, such as compelled the people to revolt, came into the city mourning to make them sacrifice.
And some king's officers, some heathen officers that compelled the people to revolt, came into the city of Modin, came into the city that Mattathias was, to make them sacrifice to some filthy idol. Go ahead.
And when many of Israel came unto them, Mattathias also and his sons came together.
Like they always come with some army. So they came with an army. The children of Israel, they gathered together, they gathered together to see what was going on. And Mattathias and his sons also went to see what was going on. Go ahead.
Then answered the king's officers and said to Mattathias on this wise, Thou art a ruler and an honorable and great man in the city.
And they looked at Mattathias and saw that this man was well respected. This was a man that had some integrity. This was a man that was well respected among the children of Israel. And they said, go ahead, thou art a ruler and an honorable man and a great man. Go ahead.
And strengthened with his sons and brethren.
And you have many sons and many brethren. This man and this brother had some influence. Go ahead.
Now therefore come thou first and fulfill the king's commandment.
So therefore we want you to be the first one to sacrifice to this idol. We want you to be the first one to sell out. Go ahead.
Like as all the heathen have done.
Just like everybody else did. And they bowed down to us. Go ahead.
Yea, and the men of Judah also.
And the men of Judah too. The men of Judah, they did the same thing. We want you to be the first in Modin.
And such as remained at Jerusalem. So shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friend.
Yeah, and if you do this, if you bow down and sacrifice this idol, you're gonna be one of the king's friends. Now I'm saying the king will be happy with you, and you'll get whatever benefits they want to claim comes with that. Whatever benefits, whatever riches, whatever glory, in the heathen's world, you'll be a king, you'll be a friend to the king. If you just bow down, disobey your God, and do what I tell you to. We done?
And thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards.
And you'll have many rewards. Silver, gold, you and your children. If you do this, bow down to this idol, we'll give you a nice, healthy check. We'll give you some good money, some good benefits. Go ahead.
Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice. Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him.
So this brother, this strong and mighty brother, answered. Not only answered the king, he spake with a loud voice so everybody could hear. So everybody could hear what a man with integrity sounds like. Read.
And fall away everyone from the religion of their fathers.
So he said, I know that all those heathen, did the sacrifice, and they fell away from what verse we at? Hold on, let me catch where you at.
Verse 19, sir.
The water. Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him, and they fell, every one of them fell away from his, from the religion of their fathers, from what their fathers kept. Go ahead.
And give consent to his commandments.
And they give consent to now follow his commandments and follow his way. Though all those nations and even some Israelites did that. Go ahead.
Yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
He said this with a loud voice. Let's say this with a loud voice. What did he say?
Yet I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
He says, yet will I and my sons and my brethren will walk in the covenant of our fathers. Right. He said, as for me and mine, we will serve the Lord. My house will serve the Lord. If that comes with death, then so be it. But my children, me and my children and my brethren, those that follow me, we in the ISUPK, no matter what y'all try and come against us with, we are going to keep the covenant of our fathers.
That's right.
Go ahead.
God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinances.
He said, God forbid that we're gonna forsake, the law and the ordinances in these high holy days and go put some funky Christmas tree upon our house. God forbid we do that wickedness. Go ahead.
We will not hearken to the king's words.
We ain't listening to the king. F the king. F Keir Starmer. F Donald Trump.
That's right.
And all your ICE agents and all your police force. F you. Go ahead.
To go from our religion either on the right hand or the left.
We ain't gonna move for what the Most High told us to do, either to the right side or to the left. We ain't gonna move a bit. We're not budging on these law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
No, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Modin.
So after he stopped speaking, he was done. He dropped the mic and started walking away. He said, F you, F the king. We're going to keep what our fathers kept. And started walking away. While he's walking away, he's done speaking. There came what? Go ahead.
There came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment.
There came a sellout that went to go and after what Mattathias had just said, trying to bring inspire some integrity into his people, inspire some integrity that we would rather die than serve you. We'd rather die than forsake our God. Some absolute sellout went and sacrificed in the sight of everybody. In the sight of everybody. Imagine you have some inspirational speech telling you, we ain't going to bow down to you. We ain't going to bow down. We're not going to serve your God. We'd rather die. And someone comes right behind you and just negates everything you just said. Everything you just said went out the window because some sellout Jew is going to do it. Some sellout is going to do it because he wants to be one of the king's friends. And he don't want to die. He's scared for his pathetic little life. He's scared. He's shook. He ain't one West. Man was Christian. If I ever read a story about a Christian, that sounds Christian to me. Man said, yes, massa. Go ahead.
Which thing when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal.
When Mattathias turned and saw this after what he just said, he was inflamed with zeal. He was inflamed with the righteous spirit of the Lord that compelled him to do what? Read.
And his reins trembled.
And his reins trembled. He on a horse and he cannot contain himself. His reins are trembling, infuriated with what the hell just happened. Go ahead.
Neither could he forbear to shew his anger according to judgment.
He couldn't forbear to show his anger. He could not be screw face. He couldn't not, show his, he couldn't contain it. Read on.
Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
He slew that wicked Israelite on the spot. Right. Slew him. Every black, Hispanic, and Native American that is about to put up a tree Y'all better be lucky we ain't in the time of Mattathias. Y'all better be lucky. When we see you putting up that Christmas tree, my reins tremble, but Salakia, I have to be not in prison so I can teach my brothers. I have to be, not put in the electric chair so I can help wake up my brothers that will actually listen. You're damn lucky. You're lucky. Go ahead.
Also, the king's commissioner who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time.
I'm that damn commissioner that was trying to get Mattathias, I'm not sellout Jew, to sacrifice. He slayed him too. Go ahead.
And the altar he pulled down.
And pull down the altar because F everything. That's the altar that you're trying to sacrifice. The altar. He slayed the man, slayed the commissioner, and broke down the altar. He crashed out, as they say. Go ahead.
Thus dealt he zealously for the law of God.
And that's how he dealt zealously for the law of God. Go ahead.
Like as Phinehas did unto Zibri, the son of Salom.
Like as Phinehas did unto Zibri, the son of Salom, you know what I'm saying, another mighty man, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't going to bow down to the oppressor and choose his ways. Go ahead.
And Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me.
And this is what we call an uprising. A man yelled in the streets and said, yo, whoever is going to stand for the Lord, whoever is not going to bow down and wants to have some integrity, follow me. Follow me. I'll be the leader. I'll do what needs to be done. Go ahead.
So he and his sons fled into the mountains and left all that ever they had in the city.
So they went into the mountains and they left everything they had in the city. They left their homes, they left their cattle, they left, the comfortability of their today you can't even get a man to get up, from his flat screen TV while the football game is on. This man left his home, left everything he had, and went to the mountains because he was not about to bow down to some fake idol. He wasn't going to do it. He knows they're going to be coming after us. So F it. We're going to leave everything. We're going to go into the wilderness. We're going to keep the laws. Even if we have to keep it when we're homeless. Even if we have to build a tent, build a booth, build a tabernacle. We're going to keep it there. Go ahead. It ain't a comfortable life being a man of integrity. It's not comfortable. You're not going to have, all the comforts that some sellouts enjoy. You're not going to have all the riches and the silver and the gold that some sellouts enjoy and partake in. It's going to be rough. But you have integrity. When history is written, you will be on the right side. Those people that had integrity, didn't celebrate Christmas, and didn't bow down to celebrate Easter, and didn't just be a sellout and just try to join this kingdom. Go ahead.
Then many that sought after justice and judgment went down into the wilderness.
Those men that sought after justice and righteous judgment, they went down into the it's like what verse we at?
Verse 29.
29. They went and righteous judgment, they went down to the wilderness to dwell with Mattathias. Go ahead.
Verse 30. Both they and their children and their wives and their cattle, because afflictions increased sore upon them.
The afflictions increased. You kill somebody who's trying to be a sellout. You kill the king's commissioner. Now they reign in hell in that city, so they really had no choice, because that's what the devil does. Like if there's an uprising and somebody, one of theirs get unalived, and they will go around ransacking the city, tearing everything down with people who had nothing to do with it. I didn't tell Mattathias to go do it, but y'all gonna oppress me anyway. You really have no choice to flee to the wilderness. You have no choice. Go ahead, because that devil would kill us anyway. It'd kill you anyway. So it's better to die with some integrity. We saw justice and judgment. Go ahead.
Now, when it was told the king's servants and the host that was at Jerusalem in the city of David, that certain men who had broken the king's commandment were gone down into the secret places of the wilderness, they pursued after them a great number, and having overtaken them, they camped against them and made war against them on the Sabbath day.
So they found out that Mattathias had unalived that commissioner. They found out they're in the wilderness. They went with a mighty army and tried to attack them on the Sabbath day. Why? Because, you know, according to our customs, we're not supposed to do any work on the Sabbath day.
Right.
So you had the Israelites who were saying, okay, well, there's an army coming against us, but the Sabbath day is holy. We can't do any work. We won't fight back. We'll die in our innocence. We'll die in our innocence. But let me tell you something. If somebody is attacking you, you have the right to defend yourself. Don't never die because you think, the Most High is not the God of the dead. Let me tell you that much. The Most High is the God of the living. If you're being, put to death because someone's trying to get you to eat pork, that's one thing. But don't be like these brothers who, somebody can just attack you on a certain day and you just, you don't pick up a weapon to defend yourself. All right, let me skip because we low on time. Hold on. Let me see. Bada bing. Let me skip to verse. Okay, let me skip to verse 37.
Canada one cancer. But said, let us die all in our innocency. Heaven and earth will testify for us.
They said heaven and earth will testify for us. All right, go ahead.
That he put us to death wrongfully. So they rose up again, Salakia. So they rose up against them in battle on the Sabbath. And they slew them with their wives and children and their cattle.
Go ahead.
To the number of 1,000 people.
They slew 1,000 people, men, women, children. They went and slew 1,000 Israelites. Go ahead.
Now, when Mattathias and his friends understood hereof, they mourned for them right sore.
And he mourned for those brothers. He mourned for those brothers that thought they were being righteous and not fighting back because it was a Sabbath day. He mourned for them. He mourned for them. Go ahead.
And one of them said to another, if we all do as our brethren have done, and fight not our lives and laws against the heathen, they will now quickly root us out of the earth.
He said, if we do the same thing, they come on a Sabbath day and slay us because we can't fight back, then there's going to be nobody left to keep God's laws. Going to be nobody. They will kill us all. Read.
At that time, therefore, they decreed, saying, whosoever shall come to make battle with us on the Sabbath day, we will fight against him.
We're going to fight. We're going to stand and fight. Even if it's the Sabbath day, we're going to stand and fight. Go ahead.
Neither will we die all as our brethren that were murdered in the secret places.
We're not going to all die like our brothers did. Rest in peace to those brothers, man. May they rest in peace. May they rise again. But we ain't going to die like that. Go ahead.
Then came there unto him a company of Assyrians who were mighty men of Israel.
Go ahead.
Even all such as were voluntarily devoted unto the law.
And at that time, there came a company of mighty men of Israel, and they were voluntarily devoted to the law. Go ahead.
Also, all they that fled for persecution joined themselves unto them.
And everybody who was fleeing persecution, they joined themselves to Mattathias. And now Mattathias had himself an army. Go ahead.
And were a stay unto them. So they joined their forces and smote sinful men in their anger.
So they gathered together and they smote those wicked heathens in anger. Go ahead.
And wicked men in their wrath. But the rest fled to the heathen for succor.
But the rest, so this was wicked men. So this was was it Israelites this is Israelites that were wicked and bowed down. They slew those men, but some of them fled to the heathens for safety. Go ahead.
Then Mattathias and his friends went round about and pulled down the altars.
And since they fled, Mattathias and his brethren went around and pulled down those altars to those idols. Pulled them down. Go ahead.
And what children soever they found within the coast of Israel uncircumcised, those they circumcised valiantly.
And if they found any children that were uncircumcised, they circumcised them, because we're going to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of our God. Go ahead.
They pursued also after the proud men, and the work prospered in their land.
They pursued after the proud men. Those proud men who didn't run for safety amongst the heathen. Those proud men that were proud in their wickedness. Yeah, we slayed you too. Go ahead.
Verse 48. So they recovered the law out of the hand of the Gentiles.
And we recovered the law out of the hand of the Gentiles. Go ahead.
And out of the hand of kings. Neither suffered they the sinner to triumph.
We went around and we recovered back the law, and we didn't allow the sinners to triumph. This is a battle we could not lose. We just could not lose. We won, and we did not allow those sinners to triumph. Go ahead.
Now, when the time drew near that Mattathias should die, he said unto his sons, now hath pride and rebuke gotten strength, and the time of destruction and the wrath of indignation. Now, therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law.
Says, listen, my sons, be ye zealous for the law. Be ye zealous for the law. Go ahead.
And give your lives for the covenant of your fathers.
And give your life for the covenant of your father. Don't ever drop your sword. Don't drop your sword, man. All this fighting we did, remain zealous for the Lord. No matter what happens, you fight in triumph, or you fight and die. But either way, you're going to keep the Lord's statutes and commandments. Go ahead.
Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time. So shall he receive great honor and an everlasting name.
And you think about all those brothers that are written about, those mighty brothers that are written about in our records that we had at the time. Think about what they did. Be honorable like them. And that's why these names are written in the Bible, in the Apocrypha. That's why we hear about Mattathias. This was another mighty man of our nation that did the same thing his forefathers did. Go ahead.
Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness?
And the last part, 51, Slack here, it says, so shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name. Like your name is, even though if you die in the flesh, your name is everlasting. Your name is going to be written in our records. Mattathias' name is everlasting. Jeremiah and Ezekiel and these prophets, their name is everlasting.
That's right.
Read on.
Gonna do one count, sir. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation?
Abraham, was found faithful in temptation. Joseph was found faithful in temptation. These are names who their names are everlasting. These are brothers who their might and their strength in serving the Lord, their names live on forever. They have great honor. Go ahead.
And it was imputed unto him for righteousness. Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt.
Exactly. So we got Joseph, and just to skip forward, we got Joseph, Phineas, Yahushai, Caleb, David, Elias, Ananias, Azarias, Misael, Daniel, all these brothers that stood for the Lord. Stood for the Lord. All right. Let me get. Let me skip to verse 64.
Cut it on count, sir. Wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant and shew yourselves men in the behalf of the law.
So therefore, be valiant and show yourselves men on behalf of the law. Go ahead.
For by it shall ye obtain glory.
So by that valiancy, by that bravery, you'll obtain glory. All right. Let me see. Let's skip to All right. So we recovered the law. Now I'm saying it was then passed on to Judas Maccabeus, who rose up in Mattathias' stead, and he continued on in that fight. He continued on to fight against the oppressor and recover the law, recover the sanctuary. All right, let me get to hold on. Skip me to where we at? I want to skip right to where we recovered the sanctuary. We recovered the candlestick. so on and so forth. There was a whole war with Judas Maccabeus. You know what I'm saying? It's a long fight. Go ahead. Where we at? Okay. All right, so we had a fight with the host of Lysias. Skipping to chapter 4 and verse 36.
Canada one cancer. Then said Judas and his brethren, behold, our enemies are discomfited.
So we fought against them, and our enemies were afraid. They started to turn tail. Go ahead.
Let us go up and cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary.
And they used that opportunity to cleanse and dedicate the sanctuary. Go ahead.
Upon this, all the hosts assembled themselves together and went up into Mount Zion.
On that order, we assembled and went to Mount Zion. Go ahead.
And when they saw the sanctuary desolate and the altar profaned and the gates burned up and the shrubs growing in the courts as in a forest.
And when we saw what happened to us, what has become of our holy place, our sanctuary. Go ahead.
Or in one of the mountains,
right.
Yea.
It looked like a forest or a mountain. Like it didn't look like a building. You know, all type of weeds growing up in the sanctuary. It's desolate. All type of profane things. You know what I'm saying? Swine's flesh and this, that, and the third. It looked disgusting. Go ahead.
And the priests' chambers pulled down. They rent their clothes and made great lamentation and cast ashes upon their heads.
And we mourned, man. We went in great mourning. We rent our clothes and made lamentation. We fell flat to the ground. Jimmy to verse 41.
Then Judas appointed certain men to fight against those that were in the fortress.
And anybody who was in that fortress, again, they made a fortress to that had all the riches, the trap brothers that tried to get their victuals back. They slew those men that were in the fortress. The certain many appointed to fight and unalive those men. Go ahead.
Until he had cleansed the sanctuary.
Until there was no heathens left in our sanctuary. Right. Until it was cleansed of heathens. It was cleansed of Greeks. Go ahead.
So he chose priests of blameless conversation, such as had pleasure in the law, who cleansed the sanctuary and bear out the defiled stones into an unclean place.
And he chose priests of blameless conversation. He chose righteous priests that had pleasure in the law to clean the sanctuary and throw out all those old stones that they had defiled, that the heathens had defiled. Just rebuild the entire thing from scratch. Go ahead.
And when, as they consulted what to do with the altar of burnt offerings, which was profaned, they thought it best to pull it down.
Pull down the altar, just build the entire thing from scratch. Because we ain't going to now start sacrificing this altar that had all types of profane things. The abomination that make a desolation, all type of wickedness on that altar, all type of revelry. You know how that funky oppressor get down. He would been having, orgies up in the temple and all type of filthiness. Go ahead.
Lest it should be a reproach to them, because the heathen had defiled it.
Yeah, we pulled that thing down. That ain't the altar no more. We pulled that down and threw that away in an unclean place. I skip it to 47.
Canada one concert. Then they took whole stones according to the law and built a new altar according to the former.
We built a new altar that looked exactly like the former, but it was fresh, it was new, it was rededicated. Go ahead.
And made up the sanctuary and the things that were within the temple and hallowed the courts.
We made it holy again. Go ahead.
They made also new holy vessels, and into the temple they brought the candlestick and the altar of burnt offerings and of incense and the table.
We made new vessels once more. We made new vessels, new candlestick. We brought it into the temple, and everything was brand new once more. We had a clean sanctuary. All right, go ahead.
And upon the altar they burned incense, and the lamps that were upon the candlestick they lighted.
We lighted our candlestick Then incense, and I'm saying we made it holy and clean and smelling good again. Go ahead.
That they might give light in the temple. Furthermore, they set the loaves upon the table and spread out the veils and finished all the works which they had begun to make.
Now we got, bread on the table again. We got everything back to work. All right, go ahead.
Now on the 5th and 12th day of the 9th month, which is called the month of Silakia, which is called the month Casleo, in the 148th year, they rose up betimes in the morning and offered sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar of burnt offerings which they had made.
And on this day, the 5 and 20th day of the month Caslu, we rose up in the morning and offered sacrifice according to the law, burnt offerings which we made. Go ahead.
Look at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it. Even that was it dedicated with songs and citherns and harps and cymbals.
And that day, the day profaned and defiled our temple and put on the abomination to make a desolation, that same day we sacrificed a righteous sacrifice. We did a righteous burnt offering. We made that day a memorial that we took it back. We took back our heritage. We took back our lineage. We took back our history and our law and our sanctuary. Go ahead.
Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshiping and praising the God of heaven, who had given them good success.
We thank the Lord who gave us good success in getting back our sanctuary. Go ahead.
And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days and offered burnt offerings with gladness and sacrifice the sacrifice of deliverance and praise.
So we kept the dedication. Now we keeping today the feast of dedication. When we got the temple back and we've made it holy once more. We got our law back. We recovered the law. We touched ground and got it back from our enemy. Go ahead.
They decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold
and with shields. The temple again with crowns of gold and with shields and with God.
And the gates and the chambers they renewed.
And we renewed our gates and our chambers and decorated everything, made it look glorious once more. Go ahead.
And hung doors upon them. Thus was there very great gladness among the people, for that the reproach of the heathen was put away.
Where there was previously mourning, this now became a day of great gladness. Great gladness. Go ahead.
Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the days of dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year by the space of 8 days.
And Judas and his brethren ordained that we will keep this feast year by year. Every year we keep this feast on the 25th day of the month Caslu. We keep this feast, the 9th month. All right, the 9th new moon on the 25th day, which is today, tonight. All right, we keep this feast and we dedicate the temple. It's a 8-day feast. Go ahead.
From the 5 and 20th day of the month Casleo, with myrrh and gladness.
And we keep this day with myrrh and with gladness, and that is what we're about to do tonight. We're going to eat, we're going to party, and we're going to keep this day with myrrh and with gladness. That's right. All right, and with that, that is the class. All right, let me pass it over to priest and officer to that one. If you could close out. Do you have the announcements? I'm on the announcements. Hold on. Just the announcements. This are they in here? Hold on. If it's not in there, I can get it up on my phone. All right, so we keep this day with myrrh and with gladness. I pray y'all understand. I'm about to get down. You have it? All right. It's there? All right, Mr. Uncross.
Yeah. We had
Hey, Radariana, could you put the mic on the brother? I mean the camera. Just turn the camera to.
And we are the Israelites. We are the ISUPK. Started out at 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a brother and a sister. When a brother and a sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, if they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21. Malachi 3, verse 8 to 10, means 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord giveth you. Give to the treasury department or teacher, priest funds, free will offerings for priests. All right, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. What's the next feast? Upcoming Holy Convocation. You can check on the bulletin board in the hallway.
Got the Feast of Purim.
Got the Feast of Purim,
which is the 2nd of March.
All right, the Feast of Purim, which is the 2nd of March. Remind Aquiums and Aquafs to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, imagine. I'm going to give the teacher a one courtesy salute. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatham.
Yad Yamatah. Sir, which is to turn face the sisters. Going to give the sisters a one courtesy salute. Come on. You come and choose. Men of Israel, imagine. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Shema Allah Ta'ala Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Camera this way. Camera this way.
Yad Yamatah. Class dismissed.
Put the camera back.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.